Hello and welcome back. So I'm doing another recording session of games that I have played in Rome Online, battle replays. I don't know what to call them. Don't know whether to say I'm casting games, which is what you say with StarCraft, or just watching replays or what. So we're doing Skirmish, yeah. This is an army inspired by a Carthaginian army that I saw Heir of Carthage play against. Now he won his game, and I saw it, and I was like, OMG, I could totally do that with Macedon. They have cheap, good spears and good cav, good skirmishes. So I saw the army he fought against, and thought I could definitely do it with Macedon. It inspired me. I decided to do this. Oh, that went really weird. So I want to hit tab, and come and have a look at the armies. So this is going really. My computer seems really weird. Oh, you can only zoom in that much. How strange. So I've got 4 mercenary Rhodian slingers in the front with 2 of my units of Furo spears. What are they? Furious spears. And my javelin men as sort of skirmish bait out the front. And then my general in the back in a unit of companion cap. And then on each flank I have a unit of Furo spears and 2 light peltists, which is the same both flanks. And then out on the far flank, 2 units of Thessalian cavalry and 1 unit of Sarissa cap. So that's my army, and then his army, we'll go over here and have a look at it. Maybe not. He's got 2 units of light cav on each flank, 5 4x pikemen, sorry. 5 units of 4x pikemen, sorry about this. 4 4x swords, and then 2 Galatian swords as well. 2 Rhodian slingers, general and an African war elephants, and of course the cav on both flanks. So the idea of my army is to basically not really engage much, get his army spread out and take it down piecemeal. This works very well against pike factions, if they've taken pikes, and works not very well against large numbers of elephants or cataphracts or chariots. Although I have a very interesting game to show after this, about using this army against chariots. I got quite lucky. And here I'm trying to hit his light cav, but he's defending quite well with pikes. And then I'm moving my army forward to try and take down his slingers, because I realise if I can kill his slingers, I have complete superiority on skirmishing. So I'm lucky. He picked a load of pikes. I'm also lucky because he didn't pick many skirmishers, and he doesn't have a particularly strong cav component. Although at the same time, it's going to take a lot to kill all of these 4x swordsmen. And all of these pikes, to be fair. Although pikes are slightly more vulnerable to missiles. So, he sees that I'm tearing his skirmishers to pieces and decides to come out and fight. At which point I decide, well, soon I will just pull this back so I don't have to engage. Here I see an opportunity to charge in against his light cav. These light cav will not do very well against very heavy shock cav on the charge. Here he's trying to reform these pikes to kill my cav. So I decide to hit his pikes in the back. So I've just been moving my pikes around to try and kill him. I've moving these across this ridge line to try and rain some death down upon these. Here, managed to get a rear charge in, which is really good, because his pikes weren't formed right here. I'm pulling this cav unit out, so I bring my Sarissa cav in to try and clean these guys up. Why are you lagging, game? I don't have time for this. Okay, that seems done. Here, I'm trying to get a charge in on this cav. Do I get a charge on this cav? I can't remember. Here, just pulling my main army back. He's getting more and more spread out. Here, I decide to engage with my spears, and then move my peltists out so I can rain death down. So I'm using light peltists because they have 12 ammo as opposed to 9 of most other peltist unit and these javelins, as an example. Here, I do get good engagement. He is very reluctant to engage with his elephants in this game, which is strange. Not sure why that is. I think he might have had them on the don't run in an attack setting. So here, got my cav in the back, which this fight I actually lose, which is really quite. I think I lose this fight, which is really quite strange. I guess because I should have pulled these out and charged again. Here, Javelin's cleaning up his Galatian swordsman, and here I'm cleaning up his skirmishers with my cav. So it looks like the writing's on the wall, but at this point, this 1 unit of 4x swords could take all of this in combat, probably. Not my general though, but the rest of it. Here again, I engage with my spears to block these 2 units so I can rain death down upon them with my skirmishers. Here, this is not going to go very well for me. Obviously, pikes in the back of a cav unit, not good. This cav has chased something off, maybe, or maybe I just clicked it there to run away. Cleaning up his guys here, pulled them out, because these aren't actually doing that well in the back. Cleaned up his units on this flank. Here, pulling back. Eventually, I do engage with my spears. And I've got my my slingers shooting these guys. Here, I get a very nice rear charge on his 4x swords. Looks like it does more damage than it actually does, but what can you do? I shouldn't have sat here, because this elephant unit is doing a surprising amount of damage against these. Here, I moved these guys down after killing the Galatian swords to try and kill this unit. And here, I'm trying to get a rear charge on this unit of 4x pikemen. Now, this unit of 4x pikemen didn't have their spears down. I think what he might have tried to do is take them out of pike phalanx and charge them in, but because they're on formation attack, they just created like a line and weren't really doing much. Here, of course, his 4x swords quickly kill my spears, but I've got my guys spread out shooting them, and he's forgotten about these because this is very micro heavy, this sort of battle, I guess. Well, the army I have is very micro heavy, which forces the enemy to also be very micro heavy. Here, I feel like these calves should do better against his pikes in close combat like this, but I suppose these are quite 700. These are about 700, and these are about 700. Here, cav fighting cav. I should win that really, but I suppose it's melee cav. The longer it goes on, the higher advantage they have. Slingers just destroying this 4x pike unit that he, I think, has forgotten about as well. Here, gonna charge these units in the back and front with these pelters. These pelters do surprisingly well against 4x swords. I never find 4x swords to be very cost effective. Here they're running in. Oh, it's gone all laggy, which isn't very nice. It was running perfectly fine a second ago. Why would you do this to me, computer? Here, Pelter's running after his Rhodian slingers. Here we've got a nice little engagement. It's strange because the battle seems to be running fine apart from, and I'm getting like really good frames per second. Anyway, he's got his light cav in, killing this unit off. Here I've got this unit of 4x swords surrounded, which is really nice. Charge my general in to try and finish that off. Finish it off, and then I pull my cav out, pulling the cav away here to try and clean up this fight. Here this unit is out of ammo, so I'm just chasing these Rhodian slingers down. Because they're out of ammo, they can't really do much against heavy swords, so may as well chase these guys off forever. His light cav's cleaned up my pelters on this flank here. He's decided to try and pull back and reform a little army, and I'm forming up here. At this point, the writing's pretty much on the wall. I've destroyed most of his cav. I've destroyed a lot of his infantry and a lot of his slingers. Here I'm getting some good shots off on his elephants. He would have had a much better time if he'd used his elephants a lot more effectively and actually charged them in, but we all make mistakes. I've lost units of cavalry before and stuff like that. I don't tend to play with elephants. I absolutely despise playing against elephants. So I don't take them myself. As sort of a little, I don't know. I just hate them so much, I don't want to see them. They're just a really horrible unit. Because they can be incredibly cost effective, or they can just die on like a unit of levy pikes. So this whole time I'm getting good slinger shots off on his elephants, and they go out of control at this point. So these are running amok, and they run up here, and he forgets about them, or he thinks that I clear them up or something. Here he's trying to push forward and force an engagement. Here I was trying to get round the side, but he charges his cav out to try and take out this peltis, so I charge my sailing cav over. He should have just hit my cav, or these guys, or just tried to run away, because this unit of light cav is actually a lot quicker than this sailing cav. And here he's trying to get these 4x pikemen in. Here we go, they're in pike phalanx formation. And here they go out pike phalanx. He was not having a very good time with when his unit should and shouldn't be in pike. So here, unit for sailing cav over to try and clear this unit up. Here, these guys are actually still chasing these guys off. Have they caught them yet? Oh, where have we gone? No, but they're about to. There we go. Caught them. Here, his elephants have just finished running amok, and so I decide to get my javelin men to try and clear these up. This is really lucky. Look, I get one unit of javelin, managed to kill 3 elephants. They're very cost effective. And here, just basically spreading his army out and picking it apart. That was my plan. go end replay and see where all the kills were. So his elephants did not do very well, not cost effective still. This cav unit was cost effective. And most of his infantry, actually all of his infantry wasn't cost effective. Because these are all fighting these, basically. These Furo Spears. And these are 560, 580. These are 700-ish. These are 650-ish. These are about 500. So none of his army really was cost effective. Here, most of my cav was pretty good. This cav maybe not. General's still alive. Slinger's still alive. Cost effective. But look where most of the kills actually are. Most of the kills are actually on these peltasts. These are what do the damage, and this is not shocking. I don't really know how to say, but this is quite surprising, this sort of army. Because you see it and you think, engage the main component of slingers and spears with the general behind. You think, try and hit that, when actually, you could split off, kill the two forces on the flank, because they're going to do the damage. As soon as these peltasts get around the flank of any of these units, they're going to ruin its day, basically. The only problem then with that is that the slingers shoot you. So I don't really know how to take this. One of the best approaches, I suppose, is going to be to try and sort of get on one flank and wipe it out in one flank and then hit it in the side, sort of thing. But it's going to be very hard if you don't have much cav or don't have much skirmish ability, which he didn't have. He should have used his elephants a lot better, really. Okay, gonna move on to the next game.